For many American workers, their tax rate will be zero. These reforms will offer the biggest tax revolution since the Reagan tax reform. We will make America grow again.
In a recent private meeting with GOP lawmakers, Donald Trump floated an idea which could be one of the most radical economic policies in US history. During the meeting, the former president spoke about eliminating the US federal income tax completely. Yes, you heard me right. This would mean that all Americans would have an income tax of 0% and would get to keep the entirety of their income. As with most of Trump's ideas and policies, this one was met with ridicule from the mainstream media and financial commentators, who have already decided that this could never happen, and that it is either a publicity stunt or proof that Trump doesn't know what he is doing. Although this idea seems too shocking to be true, it is worth taking notice of. Donald Trump has based his entire political career on the fact that he is a successful businessman. He understands economics. He knows and understands what is needed by the people and will make the right economic choices. So the fact that he is even discussing this idea could mean that he is actually taking it seriously. And if he is taking it seriously, then it's probably something that we should all take seriously as well, since he is the favorite to win the White House in the November election. If this idea was impossible, he probably wouldn't be having the discussion in the first place, as it would not be good for his image. Of course, this is not a policy yet, and no decisions have been made, but the fact that such a huge potential change is even being discussed deserves our attention, and needs to be examined. In this video, we will analyze the details of this idea, and see whether there is an actual chance of this happening. So let's get into it. Hi guys, hope you're well, and welcome to the T15 report. Now, when I first heard this news, a few questions came to mind. Firstly, is this even possible? Secondly, how will it work? And finally, is this just a publicity stunt to catch the attention of potential voters? So let's try to answer these. So what is the actual plan? Trump's idea is the revenue from income taxes could be replaced with tariffs on imports. Trump is a massive fan of import controls, both for raising revenue and protecting domestic industries. He has already stated that part of his economic policy would be to put a 10% tariff on all imported goods coming into the US, and also to set a huge 60% tariff on all imports coming from China. US imports have surged since the pandemic, resulting in massive competition for domestic industries. Imports from China have also been increasing year over year, and now make up around a sixth of all US imports. Trump's current plans for tariffs are already causing consternation in the economic community. The media and financial analysts argue that the increase in tariffs will lead to many firms passing on these costs into higher prices for the consumer. However, as we shall see, the idea of replacing income tax revenues with incomes from tariffs will require much higher tariffs on imports than those currently proposed. Let's have a look at the figures. According to the data, in the fiscal year 2024, the federal government has collected $3.29 trillion in income tax. And in 2023, total imports were around $3.9 trillion. This has led to Forbes magazine posting an article stating that the plan could work if tariffs were raised to 85%, and therefore the plan will definitely not work. But it is quite shocking that Forbes has come up with such a basic analysis and does not go into more detail or examine more outcomes. Furthermore, the famous economist Paul Krugman has also chimed in with a post on X stating that for the plan to work, tariffs will have to go to a whopping 133%. He seems to have used some calculation involving elasticity of demand, stating that this figure is actually a minimum, and tariffs may need to go much higher. Again, there is almost no analysis of consequences which could occur and it seems like he is just trying to prove a point. So what are people missing, and what needs to be considered when deciding if this could work or not? Firstly, eliminating income taxes will free up around $3.29 trillion for people to spend or save. This could lead to people wanting to consume more, most likely from domestic industries, which could also lead to job creation. Imports would naturally rise as well, leading to higher tariff revenues. Secondly, protectionist policies would give a boost to domestic manufacturing. Without competition from abroad, the US would have a lot of capacity to improve and expand its own manufacturing industries. This could also mean more jobs, more production, and more income for the US population. There is a good chance that this would also reduce the need for unemployment benefits, like Social Security, and reduce the amount of government spending required. As the government spending would be lower, the amount of tax needed from tariffs would not be as high. Thirdly, immigration into the US would probably skyrocket. By this, I'm talking about legal immigration to get registered employment, not people illegally entering the country as they do now. Can you imagine how many people from around the world, currently paying between 20 to 50% income tax rates, would be tempted to move to the USA and get to keep all of their income? This would lead to more and more economic activity, which would also help increase incomes across the country. Overall, it is still very unclear whether the policy is feasible. Currently, it seems likely that income tax revenues couldn't be completely replaced with tariffs and would leave a hole in the government figures. However, it could be the case that Trump is planning to massively reduce government spending. He has already criticized the inefficiency of many government agencies in the past, so this could be on the cards. But what do you guys think of the plan? Please let me know in the comments below. If you like this type of content, please subscribe to the T15 report. If you know anyone who would like this, then please share it with them. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.